Enhancing community resilience in agriculture focuses on building sustainable farming practices and robust infrastructure to withstand climate change, economic shocks, and other challenges, ensuring long-term food security and community well-being. Good day, everyone. I am Bianca Perias, the third reporter for the lesson 3 of the fifth topic entitled Adaptation and Resilience. My topic is entitled Enhancing Community Resilience. We live in an era of uncertainty. We face growing uncertainty with increasing disasters, both natural and human caused. It's true, right? Kahit kailan o anumang oras, maaring may dadating na pwedeng maging disaster sa ating community. Dahil ibig sabihin, our world isn't static in which araw-araw o oras-oras may mababago at mababago. There is possibility nga ngayon or bukas may biglang disaster na dumating dahil maraming pangyayari sa ating mundo na di natin inaasahang mangyari, di ba? And this disaster may be a natural cause or human cause. Sa panahon ngayon, dahil we face growing uncertainties, dapat na tayo ay maging handa and aware every time. A community's preparedness depends on its location, infrastructures, and resources, making some more vulnerable than others. That means na when we say preparedness, it's not just being prepared sa panahon na dapat gawin during a disaster or anything. Dahil we have this preparation na talagang pinag-iisipan ng maigi kahit wala mang paparating na anumang disaster. Another meaning is that when we say prepare, we should have this awareness in us. Kailangan meron tayong mindset na kahit maganda yung weather o yung panahon, handang-handa pa rin tayo sa kahit anong sakuna. Yun bang kahit ngayon pa lang nasa plano na ang mga maaaring mangyari? Example sa location. So kung mayroon man tayong balak na magtayo ng building sa isang particular na place, we should have this characteristic na maging mausisa. Yung i-check natin kung vulnerable ba itong place na to sa kahit anong sakuna. Kung ito ba'y vulnerable sa bagyo, earthquake, or etc. Community resilience helps communities recover from disasters and adapt to challenges, especially as threats like climate change and urbanization grow. Ibig sabihin, through this community resilience, magiging flexible ang ating community sa kahit anong sakuna na mangyayari o ating face. Dahil dito, kung mayroon mang masisira or deformation na mangyayari sa ating community during sa isang disaster, madali natin itong maibabalik sa dati. Kaya necessary talaga na mayroon tayong sapat na awareness and preparedness. Building community resilience requires, una, improving social connectedness. So that means na in order for our community to be resilient, meron talagang unity or good connection ang mga tao sa isang particular na community. Dahil hindi naman maisasagawa ang kahit na anong solusyon o paghahanda kung wala ang isa't isa, di ba? Kaya necessary talagang mayroong social connection. Pangalawa, increasing government integration and involvement in planning, response, and recovery. Ibig sabihin, sa ating pag-prepare, we also need na makig-ugnayan sa government dahil isa sila sa lubos na makakatulong sa isang community na maging resilient. Dahil halimbawa na nagkaroon ng deformation ng ating lugar at kailangan natin ng mga sapat na kagamitan at financial. Kaya kinakailangan na kung tayo ay mayroong pagpaplano, dapat tayong makipag-ugnayan sa kanila para matulungan tayo sa ating pag-response at maging sa recovery ng ating community. Pangatlo, ensuring effective risk communication to the population and especially to at-risk group. Siguraduhin natin na sapat ang ating kagamitan o paghahanda sa pagkikipag-communicate sa ating kapwa during sa isang sakuna. Because there is sometimes na during sa disaster, magkakaroon ng loss of communication sa population ng isang community. Kaya nagdudulot ng may mawawala or may mga mamamatay. Dahil nga hindi mai-rescue dahil walang sapat na komunikasyon sa kahit kanino or sa makakatulong. Pang-apat, bolstering the physical and mental of the population. This means na before or during sa isang sakuna, we should have this katatagan. Dapat tayong maging matatag within us, physically man or mentally. Dahil we cannot stand out again kung magiging mahina tayo dahil lang ng di inaasahang pangyayari, di ba? And lastly, building the social and economic health of the community. This means na we should build the good connection sa ating kapwa and build connection with our surroundings, especially sa ating environment o sa ating pinagkukunan ng pangkabuhayan, kagaya ng agricultures, infrastructures, and so on. Dahil isa rin itong napakahalagang dapat na mapagtuunan ng pansin para tayo ay may resiliency sa ating community. So what is agriculture sustainability? So it defines a good stewardship of natural system and resources. Agriculture should be present at community preparedness sa isang disaster because it is our main resources sa ating daily needs. And dahil dito, magkakaroon ng resiliency ang ating community because this is more easy to be formed again and more convenient way to stand out again. Dahil nga important resources ito for our daily living. Kaya in order to sustain our agriculture, it should have a good stewardship, which means mabuti o magaling na pag-aalaga o pangangasiwa. Kaya dapat talagang mayroon sapat na kaalaman sa pag-aalaga ng ating agrikultura o specifically ng ating natural resources upang mapasustain ito. Good stewardship should be in number 1, building healthy soil and preventing erosion. O ibig sabihin ang pagkakaroon ng matabang lupa para sa ating mga plants na maging healthy and which nakaka-prevent ng erosion, makakapaghigpit sa ating soils o hindi siya magiging vulnerable sa pagkakasira. Second, managing water wisely. Napaka-importante talaga na marunong tayong mag-conserve ng ating water dahil sa kahit anong sakuna, napaka-importante ng water sa atin. Kagaya ng maiinom or kahit anong tubig na gamit natin sa ating daily living. Third, minimizing air and water pollution. Ibig sabihin, we should be responsible sa ating source of living, gaya ng malinis na air and water because we can stand out still kung after ng sakuna, marami pa tayong i-face na problem sa ating community. Fourth one, storing carbon on arms. Ibig sabihin, una, carbon is very important on us because it is our basis in life in which a part of our life, especially to plants and animals in agriculture. Kaya, we should be carrying much carbon for our plants and animals generally for our agriculture in order to sustain. In which a way for a resilient agriculture and generally resilient community. Fifth, increasing resilience to extreme weather. Generally, when we are sustaining our agriculture, we should be knowledgeable on how can we have resiliency in our community for these extreme weathers. Because kung resilient ang ating agriculture, we will also have a resilient community. Lastly, promoting biodiversity. This means now we should have this good stewardship on biodiversity because living organisms is very important in the community. Kung walang sapat na pangangalaga, will lead to a downfall, di ba? Kaya as for our community to be resilient and our agriculture to be sustained, there should be a proper care on biodiversity. A sustainable agriculture system ensures profitable farms, supports farmers, promotes fairness, provides healthy food, and prioritizes people over corporations. That means na this agriculture sustainability is very helpful as for those farming exchange dahil kung mayroong good agriculture, surely naman mayroong profit sa hardship and being responsible sa environment or sa agrikultura. And also, helpful din ito especially sa mga farmers dahil their own hard work supports their daily living. Dahil nga nasa kanila ang resources. Promotes fairness and supports people because, again, agriculture is where our resources for daily living. So we have these sustainable agriculture practices. First, rotating crops and embracing diversity. Para mapasustain ang ating agriculture, we should practice be diverse sa pagtatanim dahil any crops or every crops are good resources, di ba? So, kailangan nating maging mahusay sa pagtatanim. And secondly, planting cover crops and perennials. This is because helpful ito sa pag-prevent ng erosion because pinapastrong nito ang soil. Kaya we should practice also in planting such plants, for example, flowers, trees, and anything else. Third is reducing and eliminating tillage. So, we should practice to take care of our soil. Hindi dapat tayo agarang nagbubungkal ng lupa ng unnecessary because nakaka-trigger lang ito ng erosion or pinapawik lang nito ang soil kung hindi man naaagapan. Fourth, applying integrated pest management or IPM. So, we should also practice at taking care of our environment dahil ang maruming environment ang isang reason ng pagkasira ng ating mga crops because it could produce pesticides. And fifth, integrating livestock in crops. Practicing also in diverse cropping helps a broad resources dahil nga maraming resources in which helpful sa pagpapa-sustain ng agriculture and mag-help sa pagkakaroon ng resilient community dahil sa maraming resources. Sixth, adapting an agroforestry practices. So these practices like agroforestry really helps to sustain our agriculture because the right and proper knowledge sa pagkukrop, malaking possibility na magwo-work ang pagkukrop in which helpful sa agriculture in our community. Lastly, managing whole systems and landscapes. So, this practice sa pagmamanage ng whole system ng agriculture greatly help sa pagpapasustain nito because kapag mabuti ang pangangasiwa nito ay maglilid ng successful agriculture. Lastly, we have infrastructure. So, infrastructure sustain a community's or society's ability to provide essential services and maintain a quality of life in the face of risk, such as natural disasters, economic shocks, and social unrest. Because infrastructure, it is the system in which a source of production or where the variety of resources we can get. This is very essential because in times na nasa sakuna, ito ang ating lubos na maaasahan because this is where we could get some things to eat and use. So, we have these principles of building infrastructure in which it develops and supports resilient community. First, infrastructure should be designed with climate change in mind, and it should be resilient to extreme weather events. It is because disasters, hazards, or anumang sakuna is an environmental and life-threatening. Kaya, in order to fight for it and to still stand out in case na maka-face tayo nito, we should be prepared, especially in our infrastructures. So, we should always consider how our infrastructures be affected on climate change para mapangalagaan natin ng mabuti. Second, climate change should be integrated into urban planning, permissions, and approvals. It is because, as for today's generation, marami ng modern architectural in which dapat na i-consider ang epekto ng climate change. Because if hindi, ay mayroong possibilities ng weak carbon or anything else na makakapag-rise ng global temperature, which is also a big problem. Kaya kinakailangan mapa-integrate natin anong urban planning and so on. Third, infrastructure should be easy to maintain, repair, and replace. Yes, in order to cater problems and para hindi na madagdagan pa. Because if hindi easy to maintain, repair, and replace, there is disasters and anything else, tapos hindi agad masusolusyonan, lalaki at lalaki ang problema ng isang community. It includes the resources of human Humans in daily living and socialization could also be affected because it could lead to mental instability and so on. Kaya it is necessary to build a resilient infrastructure also for a resilient community. Fourth, resilient communities should be planned for and infrastructures built for specific needs of their residents now and in the future. It is because in order to have this resilient community, our infrastructure should be built as what it necessarily is. Infrastructure should be convenient for a long period of time para napasustain ang good condition ng community. Lastly, number 5, infrastructure should support community-driven development and local economies within an overall plan. Yes, it is in order to maintain such educational attainments, public needs, and so on, as for the future of the community to be good in health.